Hey folks, Rob here. And tonight we're going to be kind of tweaking this setup here. This is the feyachi V30 red dot sight. It's 2 MOA. This one features the auto off, shake awake, and then auto off. Um, I have never used this sight combination yet. I have moved things around so much that I actually had the I think the mid 10 on this, the 2 MOA dot from mid 10 last time I shot this. And I've gotten some scopes and things, and we've changed around so much. But this has yet to be zeroed, tested, anything about that. Uh, this is the M37 1 to 5 magnifier. It does have a throw lever up here to go from 1 to 5. I have kind of mounted it and tweaked it a little bit, but it's just sitting there. So we're gonna tighten this down. We're going to and one thing I want to notice about this here is, this has never been on a gun, never been fired. And when I received it, I put the battery in it, and I put it in the gun safe. Now, you're supposed to be able to leave this sight on, and after, I think, 2 hours, it goes off to save the battery. Well, when I went to get it tonight out of the safe, the battery was dead. So that's a little bit concerning. So, I think if I'm going to store it in the safe, long term, that I'm just going to have to turn the power off and see. I hope there's nothing wrong with it, that it's draining batteries. But that'll be to see. I'm going to leave it off and not rely on the. Of course, part of the good feature of it is the shake awake. So if you can't leave it on, uh, that's an issue. So that may be a problem down the road. So anyway, we're just going to do some fine tuning on this. I did notice that I had my this here, you got your screw up top here. This is to center your crosshairs. Well, this is off center. I didn't have that centered exactly where it should be, so we're going to correct that before we torque it down. We're going to make sure it's centered as I can get it. We're going to loosen this up. I just barely had it tight. I told you I just put this on here to just to get it set up. I didn't do any fine tuning of it. Let's see if that looks about centered. I think we could go a little further, maybe too far. So that looks about center. So that's got us centered here. This adjustment screw, and I mounted it with my throw lever on the right side, so when I throw it to the side, it's not in the way of my dominant eye. And then I mount it to where there's just enough room for the caps, clearance of the caps when the cap is down. So I mounted it so when this is closed, it just clears the lens. So that way I can still close the lens cover. Although if you was going to use this, you would, as a bedside gun or something like that, you'd probably just want to maybe leave this one off. Maybe just because that's going to act kind of as a dust protection in itself. So anyway, so now we're going to tighten these down, and they didn't come with any recommended torque settings, so I'm just going to go. I'm going to go about 12 pounds. I feel like that's probably enough that it's not going to jar loose. This is a 223, and this is the Bear Creek Arsenal 223 side charging Gen 2. This is actually, I think it's the first one I built. So we have our Sandlang torque screwdriver set on 12 pounds, and I'm just going to go side to side here, and I want to tighten them. I want to crisscross, keep them even. Yeah, I knew that I had or I thought I had That's a problem. I put these things on here and then I forget whether I tightened them down or you know at what stage of installing they're at. So that's 12 pounds. I hope that is sufficient. If you have any ideas about that, let me know if that seems to be sufficient for a scope ring. Now, let's see. I think I have an adapter. No, I actually probably have. Let's see if I have one of these that will tighten this. Probably don't have one big enough for that. That's probably, oh, that just misses it right there. So the 11 millimeter is big as I go, so that's probably a 12 millimeter. Let's see if I can find a 12 millimeter right here, and we'll torque that down. And I don't know exactly what that should probably be at, but let me pause you a minute while I find. So I found my torque adapter here. This is a 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch, and we're going to set this. I think I'm going to tighten this to about 25 foot-pounds. That seems to be probably not overly excessive for that, and we were just about there. So okay, we got that set at 25 foot-pounds. So we've got our scope tightened down here, and on our rings. Now we just need to tighten our base there. And what did I do with my? I had a T. There it is. Let's see if that's the same size that fits these sides. No, it's bigger than that. So I don't have one out big enough to fit that. But we will get one here in a minute, and there it is. So we're going to use that to tighten our sides, and I've not tightened those sides. We're going to go back to about 12 pounds on that. I feel that's probably sufficient for a sight, and we're going to tighten that down. Alright, we're already at 12. Then I'm just going to reach around you here and go up to the front side, and that's already at 12. Alright, let's turn this thing around and we'll tighten up that red dot. Alright, I got a T-handle wrench to fit this, so, and this just has one single screw, so I think I'm gonna put this at about 20 pounds. And guys, I'm just guessing at these poundages. None of this stuff actually comes with a recommendation for foot-pounds that I could find, so we're just going with something that doesn't seem excessive but yet tight enough that it will do the job. So we've got our 20 pounds here. We've got 25 on the base here, 12 on our screws up here. So I think that's, and 12 on our front and rear sight. So I think that should be sufficient to do us. I'm going to try to do a 25-yard zero on this thing, and because that's about as far as I can shoot here. I've decided that if I ever get to shoot this gun, I might have to do it here. I'm not going to put a lot of rounds through it, but you know, don't want to disturb the neighbors too awfully bad. But if I do it through the week while they're at work, it won't be such a big deal. Won't be disturbing anybody too much. So anyway, guys, that's a look at the feyachi V30 and the feyachi M37 magnifier. Now I am going to have to look through this and get it centered. You use this to center your up and down and left to right. So I'll be doing that, and then hopefully in the next day or so, we're going to put a few rounds through this and just get it fine-tuned in and put a 25-yard zero on it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget to leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next video, we'll see you later.